All right, ready to crush that drone pilot interview? We're going deep on some sample questions today, the kind that can make you stand out from the crowd.
And we've got RoleCatcher's insights to guide us. Their career guides, interview guides, even AI tools. They've got it all to help you nail this.
Yeah, they really go beyond the basic tips. Let's start with a question that seems simple, but is your chance to shine. What inspired you to become a drone pilot? Now, I know it's easy to just say, I love technology, but
We've got to go deeper, right?
basically,
Think of it as your opportunity to tell a story.
ooh, I like that.
What was that spark, that moment that made you go, drones, that's for me?
Was it seeing a drone in action? Or maybe, a childhood fascination with flight. I bet you were building model airplanes as a kid.
It's that personal touch that makes you memorable. Speaking of memorable, let's talk safety. How do you ensure safety when flying a drone?
Ah, this is a big one.
Absolutely. This shows you're not just a hobbyist, you're a responsible professional.
Right. You got to know your stuff.
Think pre-flight checklists, weather conditions, maintaining those safe distances, all those crucial safety protocols.
It's amazing. RoleCatcher's AI can analyze job descriptions.
Oh, yeah.
It can suggest ways to tailor your answers. So let's say a job's focusing on aerial photography.
Okay.
It might suggest you emphasize airspace regulations near landmarks.
It's like a personalized coach, right?
Right.
Helping you connect the dots between your skills and what the employer's looking for.
Exactly. Okay, ready for a question that lets you show you're a forward thinker. How do you see the role of drone technology evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
Ooh, this is where you look ahead.
Not just where the industry is now, but where it's going.
Do your research. What are the current trends? Are you excited about drone delivery services?
Ooh, those are cool.
Maybe the integration with AI? Or even the use of drones in, say, environmental monitoring. Pick an area that resonates with you.
Right. And form a clear opinion. And while you're at it, check out RoleCatcher's Career Guide. They have a whole section on the future of drone technology. Super insightful stuff.
It's about showing that you're not just skilled with today's drones, but you're thinking about tomorrow's possibilities.
Now let's get a little technical. Describe your experience with different types of drone software.
Don't just rattle off names, though.
No. Explain how you've used them, what you've learned.
Have you worked with flight planning software, photogrammetry? What about video editing software? Think about the strengths and weaknesses of each.
And how they help you achieve your goals, right?
Exactly.
Feeling a little stuck on this one? RoleCatcher's got you covered. Their AI video practice feature is amazing. You can rehearse your answers and get feedback on your delivery.
It's like a virtual mock interview, right?
Totally. Helps you refine your presentation and build confidence.
Speaking of confidence, let's move on to regulations. Are you familiar with Part 107 regulations, and can you explain their importance?
Part 107. The cornerstone of safe and legal drone operation here in the U.S. Gotta know this stuff inside and out.
It's not just about knowing the rules, though. It's about understanding why they're there. To ensure safety, protect privacy, maintain order in the airspace. Your answers should show that.
And remember, Part 107 is just the beginning. Depending on the job you're after, you might need to know even more regulations or certifications.
Right, like if you're looking at a job involving, say, BVLOS operations, you'll need to be aware of the specific rules around that.
Hold on, can we pause for a sec? I know we're throwing out a lot of acronyms. For anyone who's not familiar, BVLOS means beyond visual line of sight.
Thanks for clarifying.
Basically, it means flying a drone beyond where you can see it directly.
It's important to speak the language of the industry, but make sure everyone's on the same page, right?
Absolutely. Okay, back to it. This next question really digs into your experience and problem-solving skills. Tell me about a time you encountered a technical issue with a drone during a flight. How did you handle it?
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, because things don't always go as planned, do they?
Nope. Everyone makes mistakes, and drones, like any tech, can have their moments.
Right.
This is your chance to show that you can stay cool under pressure. Think on your feet.
Don't just describe the problem. Explain how you diagnosed it, what steps you took, what you learned from it.
And if you've never had a major malfunction, that's okay too. You can talk about a smaller issue or even a hypothetical scenario. The key is to demonstrate your process and your commitment to safety.
Let's talk about a question that's becoming increasingly important. How do you ensure you're respecting privacy when operating a drone?
This is a great question.
Yeah, it goes beyond regulations right into the ethics of drone operation.
It's about showing you're not just a pilot, but a responsible member of the community.
Exactly. Think about things like obtaining permissions, maintaining distances from people and property, and just being transparent about your operations.
Being mindful of the impact your flights have on others?
You know, what's cool? RoleCatcher's AI can analyze those ethical considerations within job descriptions. So if you're applying for a job in, say, urban areas,
Right.
it might suggest you emphasize your knowledge of privacy laws and best practices for flying in densely populated areas.
Technology helping us navigate these complex issues and present ourselves as responsible professionals. Love it.
Okay, ready for one more before we move on?
Yeah.
This one's all about your passion, your dedication. How do you stay up to date on the latest drone technology and regulations?
All right, time to geek out. Talk about the blogs you read, the podcasts you listen to, maybe the conferences you attend.
Yeah, show you're always learning, always evolving with the industry.
Exactly.
And don't forget those certifications and training programs. Shows you're committed to professional development.
Remember, the drone industry is constantly changing. Show that you're passionate about learning, and that's a huge plus in any hiring manager's book.
Wow, we covered some serious ground here. We tackled tough interview questions, talked safety and ethics, and even saw how AI can be a huge help in your prep.
Absolutely.
What a journey so far.
And this is just the beginning. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll continue exploring those sample questions and dive even deeper into the insights from RoleCatcher. Welcome back to our deep dive into drone pilot interview prep. Ready for more of those sample questions that can really give you an edge?
Oh, absolutely. Bring them on.
All right. Let's jump right in with one that often throws people off. Have you ever had to make a difficult decision during a drone flight due to FAA regulations? What happened? Now, this isn't just about knowing the rules.
Right.
It's about judgment, integrity.
Ooh, I see.
Think of a time when you had to prioritize safety over something else, maybe meeting a deadline or getting that perfect shot.
Yeah.
Explain the factors you considered, the steps you took, what you learned from it.
Show that you can handle those tough calls when the easy way isn't the right way. You know, RoleCatcher actually has great examples of these scenarios in their interview guide. Really helps you think things through.
Seeing real-world examples can be so helpful. Now let's switch gears a bit to a question that showcases your technical expertise. Describe the different types of sensors used on drones and their applications.
All right, time to geek out. We're talking cameras, LiDAR, GPS, inertial measurement units, all the cool stuff that makes drones so versatile.
Exactly.
But don't just list them off.
No.
Explain what they do and how they're used in different industries.
Right. For example, you could talk about how LiDAR is used to create detailed 3D maps for construction projects, or how multispectral cameras are used in agriculture to monitor crop health.
Showing you understand the tools and how they're used in real-world situations. And, you know what's super helpful? RoleCatcher's AI can analyze job descriptions and suggest which sensors to focus on. So if you're applying for a job in surveying, it might recommend emphasizing LiDAR and photogrammetry experience.
It's like having a custom study guide, right? Helps you prioritize what's most relevant. Okay, let's move on to a question about working under pressure. Tell me about a time you had to deal with unexpected challenges during a drone flight.
Oh yeah, because things don't always go according to plan, right?
Right.
This is where you share a story about staying calm, assessing the situation, finding a solution.
Think about a time you encountered bad weather, equipment malfunction, maybe even a change in mission objectives. What did you do? How did you put safety first?
And it doesn't have to be a dramatic story. Even something like dealing with a low battery warning can show you're resourceful, you can think on your feet.
It's about showing you can adapt, make smart decisions under pressure. Now, this next question gets to the heart of being a professional drone pilot. What are some of the ethical considerations involved in drone operation?
This goes beyond the rules into the big picture of responsible drone use. We're talking privacy concerns, data security, potential for misuse, things we need to be aware of as drone technology becomes more and more powerful, more common.
Showing you understand the impact drones can have on people and communities, and that you're committed to operating safely, ethically, respectfully.
You know, it's interesting to see how these ethical considerations are evolving alongside the technology itself. RoleCatcher actually has a whole section in their career guide on this, the evolving ethical landscape of drone operations. It's pretty fascinating.
It's so important to stay informed about these discussions and be ready to articulate your own ethical framework. Now let's tackle a question that often pops up in technical interviews. Describe your process for planning and executing a drone mission.
Okay, time to break down that workflow. Think of it like a mini project plan.
Right.
How do you assess the site? What factors do you consider when choosing a drone and planning your flight path?
Talk about getting the necessary permits, pre-flight checks, considering weather, and establishing those safety protocols.
Showing your organizational skills, attention to detail, your ability to think through every step.
And don't forget to mention any software or tools you use for mission planning. This is where you can highlight experience with specialized software, like mapping programs or photogrammetry.
Right, showing you're comfortable with the tech and know how to use it effectively.
Yeah.
Here's another one that tests your technical knowledge. What are some key differences between rotary wing and fixed wing drones? When would you choose one over the other?
This is about showing your understanding of drone aerodynamics and flight characteristics.
Yeah.
Think about things like flight duration, maneuverability, payload capacity, and suitability for different types of missions.
So you might explain that a rotary wing drone, like a quadcopter, is great for hovering and getting detailed images, while a fixed wing drone is better for covering large distances quickly.
Exactly. It's all about choosing the right tool for the job and understanding those trade-offs. Okay, here's a question that's becoming more and more relevant as the drone industry grows. What is your understanding of BVLOS operations, and what are some of the challenges and opportunities?
Remember, BVLOS means beyond visual line of sight, flying beyond where you can directly see it.
Right.
This opens up a whole new world of possibilities, but it also comes with its own challenges.
Definitely. You want to talk about the need for robust communication systems, advanced sensor tech, and those really strict safety protocols.
And don't forget the potential applications like package delivery, infrastructure inspection, search and rescue. It's exciting stuff.
It's about showing that you're aware of these cutting-edge advancements and are thinking about how they can be used safely and responsibly. You know what's really cool? RoleCatcher's AI can actually pick out keywords related to BVLOS in those job descriptions, so you can tailor your answer to show you have the exact knowledge and skills they're looking for.
Like a personalized guide connecting your expertise to the specific job requirements. Awesome. Let's move on to a question all about problem solving. Describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a technical issue with a drone. How did you approach the problem?
This is where you show off those analytical skills, your ability to think systematically. Don't just describe the problem.
Right.
Walk them through your thought process.
I like it.
What steps did you take to figure out the root cause? What resources did you consult? What solutions did you consider?
It's okay to say you didn't have all the answers right away.
Of course. What matters is that you demonstrate that logical approach to problem solving and that you're willing to learn from your experiences.
It's all about showing you're not afraid of challenges, you're persistent, you're resourceful. Okay, ready for a question that's a little bit different. What are your salary expectations for this role?
Ooh, the salary question. Always a little tricky, but so important to be prepared for it.
Absolutely. Do your research. Find out the typical salary range for similar drone pilot positions in your area. Websites like Glassdoor or Salary.com are great for this.
And think about your own experience level, your qualifications, the specific responsibilities of the role.
It's not just about stating a number, though. It's about explaining your reasoning, showing you understand the value you bring.
Exactly. Be ready to talk about your skills, your experience, your potential contributions to the company.
All right, one more before we wrap up this part, a classic one. Do you have any questions for us? Now, this might seem like just a formality, but it's a really valuable opportunity.
Absolutely. Asking thoughtful questions shows you're engaged, you've done your homework, you're genuinely interested in the position and the company itself.
So think about things like company culture, the team you'd be working with, the projects you'd be involved in, maybe even the company's vision for the future of drone technology.
It's also a good time to clarify anything that wasn't covered or address any concerns you might have.
Remember, an interview is a two-way street. You're learning about them just as much as they're learning about you.
And asking questions shows you're proactive, thinking critically, and taking ownership of your career journey.
So much covered in this part. Challenging technical questions, the ethical side of drone operation, even salary negotiations. What a ride.
It has been, and there's more to come. Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll wrap everything up and give you those last few tips for acing your drone pilot interview.
And we're back for the final part of our drone pilot interview deep dive. We've talked about so much, from those tech skills to ethics, even salary expectations. It's been a wild ride.
It has, but we're not done yet.
Nope. Let's tackle a question that can really throw people off. What are your weaknesses?
Oh yeah, this one. It can be a bit uncomfortable.
It can. But, it's a chance to show self-awareness and a commitment to growth.
Exactly. It's not about confessing all your flaws, but highlighting areas you're working on.
Right. So maybe you're still getting comfortable with a certain type of drone software.
You could say something like, I'm really focusing on expanding my knowledge of photogrammetry software right now. I've been taking online courses and practicing with different data sets to really refine my skills.
Perfect. It shows you're taking initiative, and it ties back to that importance of continuous learning we talked about, which is huge in this industry.
Absolutely. Now, here's a question that lets you connect your skills to the company's mission. Why are you interested in working for this company?
Ooh, this is a good one. You got to do your research here. You go beyond just saying you're a leader in the industry.
Right. Dig deep. Their website, their projects, their company culture. What stands out to you?
Maybe you admire their commitment to sustainability or their innovative use of drone tech.
Or maybe they focus on a particular industry that really resonates with you. Whatever it is, make it specific to them.
And you know what? RoleCatcher's AI can even help analyze the company's online presence and suggest talking points that align with their values.
It's like having a secret weapon, helping you craft the perfect response.
Totally. Okay, how about this question? What are your career goals?
This one's about ambition.
It is. It's not just about where you see yourself in 5 years.
Yeah.
It's about showing you've got a clear vision, you've thought about your future in the drone world.
Exactly. Do you dream of specializing in BVLOS operations? Moving into a training role, maybe management?
Whatever your goals are, tie them back to the position and the industry.
Right. And don't forget, the RoleCatcher Career Guide can give you some great insights into different career paths.
That's a super helpful resource. Okay, let's talk about that question that often pops up at the end. Do you have any questions for us?
Don't underestimate this one.
Oh no, this is your time to shine.
It is. Asking thoughtful questions shows you're engaged, you've been paying attention.
So think about what you want to know.
Yeah.
Team dynamics, company culture, maybe professional development opportunities.
And don't be afraid to clarify anything that wasn't covered or address any concerns you have. Remember, it's a two-way street.
Exactly. You're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you.
That's right. Asking questions shows you're proactive, you're thinking critically.
Well, folks, we've reached the end of our drone pilot interview deep dive. I hope you feel ready to go out there and crush it.
Remember, preparation is key. Use those resources, those AI tools, and show up with confidence. You got this.
Absolutely. Best of luck on your drone pilot journey, everyone.